All right, there we go. Excellent. All right. Torah T is my Torah. Wouldn't be Torah E, he, Torah T. Yes.
What's Torah? Emet, Torah T.
Torah is Torah of, Emet is truth. Torah T is my Torah. What was your question?
Say it in the Aliyah, Torah to.
Torah to, his Torah. Okay,
Oh.
so in Hebrew, they use a lot of prefixes and suffixes. Okay, so the prefixes usually are like conjunctions, like the is and, the Torah, va Torah is and Torah. Okay, le is to, ma is from. Okay, the suffixes at this point are possession. Torah-ti, my Torah. Torah-to, his Torah, and we're usually referring to God. Yeah.
Right.
Last time we mentioned something about the sons of Israel, and then we said daughters of Israel. Well, in Judaic studies, we were going through Song of Songs, and they said daughters of Jerusalem. How would you say daughters of Jerusalem in Hebrew?
Well, I was telling somebody this on the Bema, or maybe it was you. So sons is Bane.
Right.
Okay. Son is son of is Beni.
Good.
Bene?
No, it's son of Beni, my son. Okay. So let's just go for the plural. Banim is sons. Bene is sons of, son plural of, by putting the A and the Yud there. So E is my, A is when you have a plural and you're making of. So daughters of Jerusalem, well, daughters would be batot.
Bato.
Yeah, I don't, bate.
Oh, bate.
Bate. So it's the same, from what I remember, it's Bate. It's the same daughters of Jerusalem. Bate Jerusalem. Jerusalem. Daughters of Jerusalem. Okay. So line 7, and this is kind of interesting. HaTorah, and there's our prefix, the Torah, HaTorah. He, which is she. Ora, which is light. So in this case, the word he or she is being used as is, which there doesn't exist an is in Hebrew. Ancient Hebrew, you have hoveh, which is. We don't use that anymore. And a lot of times you'll see Elohim, who, God is, who is, right? Who is used as is. So he is used as is. So Torah, because it has the ah at the end, it's a feminine. So Torah, he, ora. Torah is light. That's how you would pronounce it. And that's ancient Hebrew. Right. Ora would,
Light.
right? Ora,
All right.
ora,
Torah T.
Torah T. Ora, Torah T. Light is my Torah.
Hmm.
8. Devorah, which is Deborah. Lomedet, good, learns. Torah. Right. So these are all feminine. Hatalmidah, Hatalmidah.
Talmidah.
Do you not need me to make this a little bigger?
Yeah, is that
You're on
the
9?
student?
Rabbi?
Sorry.
9?
Yeah.
Is that-
8.
is that
9,
the
yes.
Student?
Hatalmidah is a female student.
Okay, yeah.
Now notice that the root, lomedet, which is learned, is also student, talmidah, and it can also be talmid is, I think, teach. So Talmud is Talmud, it's learning, right? Talmud Torah is like Hebrew school. Hatalmidah, Devorah, so the student Deborah, lomedet, Torah. So Torah's Torah, right. Okay, is that a little bit better? Make it even bigger.
Okay, Devorah.
All right, so lomedet,
Lomedet
Torah. The student, Devorah, learns Torah. Okay. Let's go to 12. Elohim,
Him,
bara, et ha-adam. Yeah, it's interesting they say et ha-adam for man or the human. So Elohim is God. It's a word for God indicating the attribute of justice. Bara, created. Et, which is put before a direct object. And we know this is direct because it has ha, the
Oh,
human. Okay.
Adam.
Right.
Adam.
Which we translate these days as human instead of just man. Okay. So we learned some words. Ohevet, which is she likes or loves. Omeret, which is she says. And lomedet, which is she studies. And we can do these feminine constructs because we have this taf at the end. So the male, the male would be ohev, omer, lomed. See the difference? Ohevet, ohev. Omeret, omer. Lomedet, lomed. That's going from the feminine to the masculine. Okay. So now we come to the shin. Remember, we talked about this, what the priest would do, right? And then Leonard Nimoy was an Orthodox Jew, and he saw the Kohanim going like this. So when they needed a Vulcan salute, he decided to make them all Orthodox Jews. Okay, line 1. Secret Jew. No, they're Jewish.
No, but you know, the rest of the world isn't. It's like
Right, they don't know that stuff.
Jew-
All right.
Jew spotting.
Jew thought, right, what?
We call it Jew spotting.
Jew spotting.
Yeah, where you ha ha ha, you know, you see that guy's Jewish, that's Jewish, that's Jewish, but the rest of the world has no idea.
They don't know, right. Okay, number 1.
Shah,
Shah, Shah, She, Shay, Shay, She, Show, Shu, and Shu. There you go. Okay. Line 2. She, Shah. She, Shah is 6th. Tish, Ah, which is 9. Tish, Ah. Not Tisha. Tish, Ah. Yes. Not Tisha, Tish, Ah. Yes. That's how it's spelled. That's how it's spelled. That's how it's pronounced. Ish, which is man. Aish, fire. Shamu, his name, and El. So here we were talking about that. So the word shame means name. You put that u at the end and it means Shamu, his name. And El is God.
What about Shemuel?
Shemuel, right, it's my name. Okay, 3, some more good words. Shah, Mash. Shamash is a sexton. It's the one that does the stuff. So a shamash, and we know that is the middle candle for the menorah, right? Actually, I don't know if that's a regular menorah.
Right,
That's
it's not a kind of.
yeah, so it's not like they would do it. Yeah, it's not a Hanukkah, so I don't know if that would apply there. They just lit them all.
Okay.
So a shamash is the main candle in a Hanukkah, a Hanukkah menorah that lights the other candles. A shamash is also a sexton that goes in there and changes the memorial board lights and makes sure the candles are lit, etc. Okay. Shemesh, which is the sun. And notice these are basically the same word. They're basically the same word. Shemesh, shamash, same letters. Take all the vowels in the Nikud marks. Yeah, you just have to know the context and you don't have to know the word.
So, Shemesh, the dagish that's above the M.
That's not a dagish.
No.
That's not a dagish. A dagish is specifically in the middle of a letter.
So
Okay, so
the Yud-
dagish here, dagish here, dagish here. See?
the
It's
Yud mark
Nikud mark, yes.
that is above the M in between. Does that function as
As an O?
an O?
No.
Like a
could-
double?
You tell me. You tell me why or why not. Anybody?
Because you can see underneath the S sound of it, under the mem.
So in other words, you already have a vowel there.
Okay.
So you wouldn't, if you had the word Moshe, that's when
Right,
the mem and the shin share that dot, makes it Moshe.
right.
Because it doesn't have the dagish in the M.
Because
or
it doesn't have a vowel.
doesn't have a vowel underneath the.
Yes, right. That's your clue.
Okay.
Now, in some texts, they will actually put 2 dots there. And they will make one, yeah, and they will make one dot a little bigger. Yeah, I was showing Gilma yesterday this, about how there are in like this one, the Siddur Lev Shalem, the new prayer book that conservative Judaism is using, they will actually like call. We don't, well, we're not there yet, but you wouldn't say call, you would say call. That's an example of when this right here is pronounced as an instead of an There are some words where it is.
Does that get confusing when you're reading the Torah though?
Yes, no, because you just know the word.
Oh, okay.
You just know the word. Okay. And if you say call or call, it's not a significant difference. Okay. If you're a purist, then yeah, you would have to go back and maybe, redo it. But it doesn't really make a difference. It's just the way it's pronounced. And when we get there, I'll explain a little bit better. We probably get there today. Okay. So shar, which is sing, shir, which is song, shame, which is name, Shabbat, shalom. See, so here we say Shabbat. Somebody like, Harvey, I always use him as an example, would say Shabbos, Shabbos. Yeah, it's almost a different word. Okay, so here this is Moshe. Yes. Yes. So I think that textbook also has the 2 dots too. They will put 2 dots there. Moshe for Moshe. Yeah, they'll put 2 dots there. Okay, shomer, which is guard or keep. Shomer Shabbat is somebody who keeps Shabbat. Here's Shabbat again. Teshuva, teshuva, which is return, or to return to your morals and your ethics. Teshuva, right? When we are fat.
The word for
Repentance, teshuva. Returning, because you're returning back to your principles. Now, I want to make this point, even though we're kind of not there yet, and not always, but most of the time. Okay, you see where this taf has a dagish and a silent vowel?
Yes.
You know to say t. Okay? Teshuva. 1, 2, 3. 3 syllables. There are words where you have a silent vowel and this letter would be part of the prior syllable.
Yeah, like the end of it.
Right.
But it would be in the middle of the word. Yeah.
Right. So, well, we'll get there. But there are some words, like in the V'ahavta, where the 2 letters have silent vowels. 2 silent vowels. So the first letter with the silent vowel would be part of the syllable of the word before it, and then the next one would be its own syllable, like lech tacha, shav tacha. Okay, so next time we do the V'ahavta, to take a look and you'll see. And again, a book like this, what they're doing now is the first silent vowel, they'll make it smaller than the second silent vowel, just so you can see that. All right, so 6, Shalomo, which is Solomon, Shar, Shir. So Solomon sings a song.
Shir.
Right. Shame, Hashir, name of the song, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom, that one. Okay. 8, Gam, which is also, or for you in of the Spanish persuasion, it's también. Shmuel, Gam Shmuel, also Samuel, Shar, sings, et, which is, we know a direct object's coming, the shir. Hashir, the song. So the question is, why is this dagish in the middle of the shin? Yeah, what does it do for it? Ha-shir, rather than hashir. Right, so we know to accent the shir part of it, hashir, rather than saying hashir, because that might be a different word. Somebody might think it's a different word. Hashir.
That is just this, it's sort of,
it's an indication.
I mean, in Hebrew that you put before, because we don't usually say it's kind of.
Well, it's not, you're not really saying the, it's just letting you know it's the direct object, that type of thing. So that's really what it's there for. It's just letting you know that it's just something that they do. I don't know, same of an 80s group, right? The one with the dinosaur, remember? The dinosaur. The dinosaur, right? Everybody get on the floor and something about a dinosaur. Yeah, that was the name of the group. All right. So we learned, yeah. So sings is shar. A song is shir.
Here.
Shame is name. Shabbat shalom, a peaceful Shabbat. That's what it literally means, a peaceful Shabbat. Shali, which is mine. Now, notice that. Okay, let's look at that. There is a dagish in the lamed, and it also has a yud at the end. So it's Sheli, not Shelly, Sheli. See that she? There's your dagish. There's your e with the yud. Sheli. Okay. Shalomo, Shmuel, Samuel, and Moshe, which is Moses. All right, let's move on to the sin with the dot on the other side of the word. So now it's a sin. So one, sa, she, se, say, see, so, see, and sue. Okay, so now you're gonna see some. I'm Steve. How you doing?
To the which? To the fifth one.
You said I'm sorry. I said I'm Steve.
Oh.
What did you say? What do you want? The fifth one?
Say.
Say. Okay, so this is a sa because the dot is on the left. If the dot was on the right, then it would be shay.
Okay.
So we're going to see the difference as we go through these words. Line 2. Sisu, Samu, Shama, which means to there. Okay, so Sham is there. When you have a direction and you put an ah at the end, it's to that direction. So Sham is there. Shama is to there. Shama. Sim, which is put, right, or grants, right. See me, which is put to me, grant me.
Oh, grant me.
Yeah, see me shalom, grant me shalom. Sava
Sava.
and Sheva. Yeah. Sava, right. Sheva, which is 7.
Sava.
Not really sure. Oh, Sava. No, I'm not really sure.
No.
Now, what is this word?
Sava beyond.
What is this word?
Ooh. That's
No.
Sava.
Sova.
So it's sharing the dot. Oh. It's sharing the dot.
The dot is doing double duty.
That's so weird, yeah.
There's not,
Because it's
there's not a vowel underneath
the dot is telling you it's a sud, but it also is like if it was
Yeah.
and so they don't put 2 dots, they just put
Some books now are doing that. They're putting 2 dots. Theoretically, there should, right.
What?
Why would it be silent? Do you see a silent vowel?
No, but it's the sa,
So
it already has a dot.
It already has a dot, so we just make it sova.
Oh, so automatically you think it's an O.
Right.
Yeah.
You would think it's an O because there's no other vowel.
Okay, got it.
yeah, it has to be because I was thinking, oh, what if
So
it wasn't O, but
it's an O. Right?
unless it could be
Yeah.
unless it could have silent under it.
Sava.
But there's no silent. Otherwise, then it would be sava.
Okay,
But there's no silent vowel.
if they're okay.
Think of vowels or nikud marks, as they're all called, as training wheels. We all do. All right, sas,
Sauce.
shesh, bless you, which is 6.
Page.
Shesh,
Okay.
No.
salma,
Salma.
o, Se,
Se.
which is do or make. Ose, like ose shalom bim ramav, right? Right? Make peace in the heavens.
So then it's a O.
O,
Say.
se.
And what makes the make, just the O say means make?
It means make or do.
Okay.
Asa,
So,
which is made or did. Past tense. Sor.
Sure.
All right. So line 4, this is where it really gets funky.
wait, she has a question.
Yeah.
So
the
on
thing,
Asor,
Yeah, the last word is double O.
so it's, no, but the reason it's O is because it's not just the dot, it's got the vav
It's got the full-on O.
with the little,
Yeah, yeah.
so that's why, no, the vav, this thing
Yeah, that
here,
one.
instead of just being a dot, one dot.
So why didn't they use an O here? A
Yeah.
full-on O, which they could. Depends on the word and depends on how it's spelled. It depends. So
It's written in this different, but it's the same sound.
let me give you another example of the way the words are. Okay, so here, this is the yud. All right, we've seen this one.
Yeah.
This word is yomar, which means he will say. Why have the aleph there? It's a silent letter, it's a placeholder.
Yeah.
The reason why you have it there is because the word for say is omer. And if you don't have the aleph there, people are going to wonder, what is it? Right? You're not spelling it right. Why did we spell the word pair in English P-E-A-R? What's the A doing there? I don't know.
No.
Why not just say P-E-R and just not waste your time? Yomar.
No more.
Yomar.
And how do you spell, so if you have Omer,
Like, oh,
would just,
Oh,
would it
that's-
have the, would it be O with the olive?
Mhm.
Just
Yes.
Olive with the dot and then the mar.
well, I've never seen it that way, but yeah, sometimes they will. Usually it's, they have the full-on vav
Okay, got
with
it.
the O.
Okay, got it.
All right. So let's go over this a little bit more. Well, here's Omer right here. See that?
Oh, there. Omer.
There it is, Omer. Avraham Omer, Abraham says.
Right.
Well, you do the same with the ayin, that's a silent letter.
Oh,
Oseh.
right.
So number 4, Sarah.
Sarah. So 5, Sarah, Ha'isha,
Shah.
Shel, Avraham.
Sarah's the wife of.
Sarah is the wife
Abraham.
of Abraham. Very good. Okay.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Oh, Shabbat. Whoops.
You got to watch that dot.
Yeah. Shabbat.
Shabbat, Avraham, Ba. Sabbath, Abraham comes. Okay. So check this out. 9. Number 9. Sarah, Shara. Sarah sings. Shabbat, Shalom.
Shabbat.
Shabbat, Shalom, Avraham, Sheli. What does that mean? Shabbat Shalom, Abraham of me, my Abraham.
Well, that's kind of.
No, why?
So at the beginning of 9, you said.
Wait a minute.
Shabbat.
What?
Well, Shabbat Shalom, Abraham.
Sheli,
Yeah.
my Abraham,
As in,
my Abraham.
my dear Abraham Shalom,
Exactly.
like Shabbat Shalom, my darling.
There you go.
I got it. I think they do say Shalia, like in Israeli TV shows and stuff. Shali means mine.
Mine.
My sweetie or.
Right.
something.
Shel is of, Lee is of me.
It's an endearment.
Yeah. You guys right? Oh, yeah. I'm going to probably need one break myself. Well,
On 9.
yeah.
At the beginning, I didn't catch that real quick.
Sarah,
See,
Shara.
Sarah.
Sarah, Shara.
Yeah, Sin Shem.
Right.
Is that a T at the end of after Sarah?
No, it's a
Sharat.
hey.
It's a hey.
It's a hey.
Hey.
No, both of them are the same, except
So,
you're doing.
The dot,
singing
look at the
that
dot,
shin.
look at the
The
dot.
dot in the
Sarah,
different place.
Sharat.
It's,
One is at the beginning, the other one's at the end.
yeah, so it's sa and sh.
It's and
Sarah.
then sha.
That really highlights the difference between the two, I think,
Sharat.
Mhm.
how you doing the pronunciation.
Sarah.
Yeah, and this is why, again, when you're reading the Torah, obviously I've never seen the word Sarah in the Torah, but Sarah, you just kind of know. Haisha Shel, wife of. So Shel is of. See? Sarah, Shara, and Isha. So here's our Yud. Yeah. This is the Y.
Yeah.
So line 1. Yah. Yah. Yeah. Yay. Ye. Yo. Also yo. You and yeah. 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 It's a silence. So all you're doing is enunciating the sound of the letter. Well, it is a vowel. It's a vowel. It is a silent vowel. So all you're doing is enunciating the sound of vowel.
Constant.
Consonants. Okay. Yo and yo. Yes. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. All right. So let's look at line 2. Yo, mar, which is he will say. It's the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, led. Yeah, led his boy. Excuse me. Yo, shave, which is sitting.
Sit.
Yo, shave is sits. Sits or is sitting. In Hebrew, they're the same. Ya, ru, sha, la, yim. All right, so we've got kind of a new sound here. Notice what happens when we put a yud after an ah. What happens to the sound? It goes from ah to I. And you can hear it yourself if you go ah, yeah, right? I. There you go. Yeah. So Yahu,
Who,
da,
da,
and haya, which is was. All right, so Yerushalayim is what? Jerusalem. Yehuda is
Jewish.
Judah or Jewish.
Or Jew.
So the yud can be used as a J in English, or in this case, Yisrael, Israel. Notice in the English language, the I and the J are right next to each other. So in Hebrew, which does not have a J, I think Arabic does, but Hebrew does not, the yud translates into a J or an I depending on the word, usually a J actually. Like Yerushun is the word Jerushun, which is another word for Jerusalem. So Haya is was. Number 3, Ye, yeah, which is will be. Okay. Yisrael, Israel. Yehe, which is will be. Yah, which is a name for God. All right, so, yeah. All right, so a couple of things. You might see the name of God in some older text or some conservative text as 2 yuds together.
Yeah.
It looks like Yah, but that's an abbreviation for Adonai.
It's a symbol for that.
It's a symbol, exactly.
They don't want to use the Vav Hey,
I don't know why, but they don't.
but they don't.
Right.
Because we're not supposed to say that.
We don't. Right.
So we could say Adonai,
We say Adonai.
Yeah.
but more commonly you'd say Hashem.
Well, no, either one. Adonai means Lord, right? It means the Lord.
When you see the symbol, the tetragrammaton, as they call it, the Yud Hey Vav Hey, if you're praying, you say Adonai. If you're not praying, you say Hashem because people are just being OCD that they're taking the Lord's name in vain.
So I know that we're doing that, a while back, we did a Zoom meeting with other congregations. And then, because they were a different congregation, they were saying it,
Hashem,
they were saying Yud Hid,
Yud Hey Vav Hey.
yeah, they were saying it that way.
Yeah.
And then, but in the context, bringing what we're talking about into context,
Mhm.
we were back in that meeting. Would you have said Adonai or would you have said Hashem while going over the tetragram? With
Tetragrammaton.
reformers?
It depends on what we're doing.
It's-
If, all right, let me, go ahead while I'm
Well-
looking for something.
Yud Hey Vav Hey, why Christians say Jehovah,
Yeah. And that's wrong.
because they think they're spelling it.
Yes. They don't appreciate the fact that it's ineffable. Ineffable means we can't pronounce it. Okay. Yeah, I want to go to here. All right. This is one way of saying Adonai.
Yeah,
Now we have the Yud Hey Vav Hey. So where do we get this from? We get it from the three words Haya, was, he was,
he was.
Hoveh, which is the ancient Hebrew word for is, and Yiyah, which is the word will be, he will be. And they put the letters together, was, is, and will be. That means God is eternal.
Right,
Now, why do they put these vowels here? Okay, because we pronounce the word as Adonai. Look at the vowels here and look at the vowels here. They're almost the same, except for this is a short ah. So here they just use the silent. So that's how you know to pronounce this Adonai.
mhm. The third one.
Yes. All right. Now, there are times when you will see, I'm trying to remember, like in Isaiah and Ezekiel, you will see different vowels on this word because it's pronounced Elohim, even though it's these four letters. What are you guys confused about? This one right here?
No,
It
that's,
sounds like when we say Adonai, it sounds like it has a D, and I don't see the D.
it is a D, that's the third one.
This is how, all right, this is pronounced like this,
We don't
But it's
say.
spelled differently.
Yeah.
but it's not, all right,
Spell.
think of it this way. I know.
So when we see.
All right, wait a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Think of this as a symbol.
Oh, okay.
It is not pronounced. It is the ineffable name. Ineffable means we can't know. Since we don't, how do you explain God? How would you explain God? He's the creator. Okay. So how does the creator create a material universe, which contains space and time, those four dimensions? How does something exist without being involved in a material universe? Explain that to me. Explain it to me in scientific terms. I can explain it in scientific terms, but we only just became aware of that phenomena to be able to do it. But if you're an ancient person and you're Abraham and you're thinking, okay, everybody's worshiping, the wind and the sun and the stars, and there's something that created all of that. Okay, so what was there before everything was created that had a consciousness that could know to create? How do you explain that? You can't, you don't, right? So that's what the word ineffable means. So we as Jews use this as a representation of that concept. Right, we don't pronounce it. Okay? We use these vowels. Now, how do we pronounce it? We pronounce it as if it was spelled like this. And we use these vowels, we use like just the silent part of this vowel right here to put the vowels on there so you know to say Adonai, even though it doesn't contain those letters.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay. So the next time we're in a Zoom meeting with other congregations, we would say Adonai.
What were they saying?
Well, they were reformers, so they
Oh.
were saying.
Reform.
Reform. Yod Hey Vav Hey.
You can say, no, that's not reform. That's actually Orthodox.
Oh.
Orthodox says it that way, Yud Hey Vav Hey. And in fact, in the Art Scroll, which is the Orthodox publications, they don't put any vowels. They just have it like this.
But they actually say Yud Hey Vav Hey.
Yeah, some people say that.
They don't say they don't pronounce it the way, like I was saying, the Christians actually try to.
They
say
pronounce it,
over-
yeah, they say
They say.
Yehovah.
Jehovah, you ever heard of Jehovah, the Jehovah's Witnesses? That's where they get it.
Well, it
Yud,
depends,
hey.
but they would say Yahweh. Yeah.
Either way.
Both-
Well,
Yeah.
but see, that's the whole point. We don't know how to pronounce this.
Yeah.
both of
How do you
them.
pronounce this letter, this word? I don't know. You know, I mean, this was done at a time when there were no vowels.
Right.
And these letters were actually considered to be vowels. This was pronounced like the yud was pronounced like an e, the hey was pronounced like an eh, and the vav was either o or u.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you know to pronounce it? I don't know.
Doesn't Hobah mean something like mischief and wickedness also? Or
I'm sorry?
doesn't Hobah mean wickedness and mischief?
The word.
Hova? I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. I mean, it might. All right, let's continue because I want to get to that because I want to show you some other things here. All right, so this is Yah, and it's a name of God. Now, what do we know about a hey at the end of a word? It's not pronounced, is it?
Right.
But this is a special case. There is a dagish in the middle of that hey at the end of a word.
Right.
The technical term of this hey is called a mapik.
So does that mean that it's accented?
It's accented as a breath. You would say Yah,
Yeah.
Yah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I mean, you know, again, we're talking theoretical here. You know, you wouldn't be like, you know, taking mouthwash and breathing on somebody, right? When you said that, Yah. You know, you just say Yah. You just take a little bit of a breath.
So you know that only because it's explained that way. Otherwise, would you assume that it would have been something that would have been elongated or?
No, well, you would know it by the word.
Okay,
Yeah.
When somebody says Yah,
yeah,
you know, v'nachnu nivarech Yah. Me'ata v'ad olam, right? At the end of the Ashrei.
Oh,
V'nachnu nivarech Yah. And it's kind of a shortened version of God. Okay.
Okay.
Yehi, may it be. Elohai. Elohai.
Oh, that's
And this is an example where it's my God, but because I guess because it's Elohim, they use the instead of the E.
that was 3.
Yeah, it's on line 3. Okay. Galui. Yeah, I forget what that, yeah, I forget what that says. Ya Galui. Now notice we have another sound here. We take a yud after the u, and it makes it from u to oi. Oi, oive, oive, galui. Ya mai, my days. Yamim, ya mai, my days. So I guess the ya is my after a plural. That's what I'm getting out of this. Okay, so line 4. Shomer, Yisrael. Guard Israel. Mhm. Line 5. Hayeled, the boy, Yisrael. So his name's Israel, the boy Israel. Haya was Birushalayim, was in Jerusalem. That's right.
Be or
B,
B.
Birushalayim. So instead of Ba Yeru, they contract it. Birushalayim. Ba Ye, you know, they make it B. Sounds better. 6. Hayeled, Yisrael, the boy Israel, Ba, comes, Ba's come. Letalmud Torah, Hebrew school. I forget what they call it when there's a phrase that means something. Talmud, La Talmud, to the Hebrew school. So Le Talmud would be to Hebrew school. La Talmud would be to the. So it's a specific. And that's when we would see an et. Et, you know, we don't see it here because it's a contraction.
Buzz come is left is what's go or goes.
Ba is comes, lech is go,
Lech, like lech.
which is walk. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in a car, it's nosea, which is travels. Okay. 7. Hamore, the teacher, Amar said, Yisrael, Israel, Yodea, which is the word knows or is knowing or knows, Shir sings Ivri
Things in Hebrew?
or sings Hebrew. Yeah, knows to sing in Hebrew.
Hebrew.
And 8, Shem, Ashir, name of the song, Shomer Yisrael. Anybody that was in services last Friday, I sang it. Yep. So here's an interesting thing here. Okay. 10 is Shomer. Okay. 11, Shemor. What's the difference? Shomer is guards, or in this case, guardian,
It's a
More
sign.
protect.
and Shemor is the command of guarding or protect. It's the command form. It's the command construction.
Guard.
Yes. Shamor, Sha'erit, Yisrael, which is part of that song. Now, here's what we were talking about a few weeks ago, Paul.
All.
Al, which is don't. So al is don't, el is God, and el is two. It's all the same word. So you got to watch how you pronounce it. Al Yovad. So Yovad is the command form of don't let Israel be destroyed. All right, so we learned
Command form. How do you know when it's a command?
The way it's.
the way it's spelled and the context. You just have to know. You have to know by the context of the word. All right. So we learned some words here. I'm going to continue.
One more question. On 10 through 15, you pointed out 2 command forms, on 11 and then on 12. Is there another command?
Here, I don't see
command
one.
form? 10 through 15?
I don't see any.
Okay.
Just those two.
So protect and let, what's the 12?
Let not Israel be destroyed.
Okay.
Don't. I don't know if this is a command form. Yovad is actually the future. So I don't
Yeah.
think that's a command form. You just say all because that sounds like a command. Don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, don't. Right.
Okay, so we learned Yerushalayim, which is Jerusalem. Haya, which is was. Yodea, which is knows. And Yeled, which is boy. Okay, so this is a very confusing letter. It's a Vav. And it's either a V or an O or an U.
Ooh.
So let's look at the actual letter and let's get really confused here. What? V. Okay, so this is V,
Ve,
Va,
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 Ve,
They.
They, V, V, and what is this? Vo, yes. That's Vo, because that's all there is. This is Vo as well. And this is Vi.
vai.
Number 2, Le, Vi. Levi. The, who, da, which means and Judah. So the word, so if you see a V in front of a word, it means and. Now, there are times when you will see an U in front of a word, and it's also means and it's the only instance when you see a vowel starting a word, when it's U. U is another way of saying and, depending on what the next letter is. So there are certain grammatical rules in Hebrew where if it's the last letter of a word going into the next letter, and that will affect certain letters. Yes. Sure. So the va, okay, like this word, va'ed, it means and ever. Ad va'ad. Ad is a word that means else, unto, until, or else, until, again, okay? So if you say va'ad, then it's and ever, forever and ever. All right, so va'ad and else. Now, there are times when this vowel, the u, will go in front of a word and it means and, because v in front of a word is and. Depending on what some of the letters are, either in the word before or the word after, is they'll put an u. I don't know that they do that in modern Hebrew much. They do it in ancient Hebrew, not so much, I think, in modern Hebrew. So, va'ed,
Va'ed.
avi,
You say va'ed and it says va'ad, but.
va'ad, I'm sorry, yeah. Here's va'ed right here, either or. Here's va'ed, that's why I'm kind of,
Okay.
okay. So, va'yehi, va'yomer. All right, so here's where it can get confusing when you're reading the Torah. Yomer is he will say. Vayomer literally means and he will say.
Hmm.
In biblical Hebrew, when you see the word vayomer, it changes it to he said. It makes the va in front of a future tense word, makes it into the past tense. Now wrap your head around that one.
Crazy. Yeah, no kidding.
Well, that's why when we're, what's the most common verse in the Torah? Vayomer Adonai. And God said to Moses, saying, Vayomer Adonai or Vaidaber Adonai. And God will tell, right? So that's Hebrew. That's ancient Hebrew. That's the difference. So it can be a little confusing. Vahu and him, the he and she, va'ed and ever. Va'ed is also and ever or until. V T mal ve. I have no idea what that is. Okay. Here's hoveh, which is the ancient Hebrew word for is.
Va'ed.
Velohe, and the gods of. All right, or in the God of. So Velohe Abraham, Velohe Yitzchak, Velohe Yaakov. Exactly. David. David. And notice there's a dagish in this dalet, but there's none in here because it's v'David. Vayosha, and he will do. Vayishma, and he will listen. Shav, sin.
Shav, wait,
Shama.
wait, a minute. Sin is what? Shama?
Shav,
Shav. No.
or in vain. It's in vain, I think, because that's the second commandment. I was going through that.
Shav. Shama.
Shav, yeah,
Wait, that's so weird. The
next word
aleph
is
at the
Shema.
end is so weird.
but that's how it's spelled. That's how it's spelled, so we leave the aleph alone. Shema,
Shema.
which is
Listen.
like Shema, but it's Shema, so it's listening, that's something like that. And there's Shav again, which is in vain. Vahaya. So here's the way the word Shav is used. Lo, so don't, Tisa, listen, or don't do. Shema, which is hearing. Shav, false rumor. All right, so that's what it is. It's gossip. Yeah, it's gossip. Lo tisa shema, don't be listening to false rumors. So here's where we get the word yud hey vav hey, right from here. Vahu, haya, vahu, hoveh, vahu, yeah. All right, now, number 9, I know I'm kind of going backwards a little bit here. This is what I was talking about dagishes and silent vowels. Now it's interesting because this vowel, the silent vowel, is called the shava, which is the same as this, kind of. So it's speaking something like that. All right, vayishbot, vayishbot. See, there's a dagish in the yud, vayishbot, right? And he rested. Yes, I'm on 9. Vayishbot Bayom Hashavi'i.
Hashavi.
Hash, see that dogish in the shin? Hashavi'i.
Shavi.
Why is there a sound after the, on the sh, cause it's like a silent, so would that be hosh, V-E?
No, because there's a dogish in the shin, and that's what makes it Hashavi'i. That's what makes it, yes, that's what makes it its own syllable, is that dogish in the shin.
Okay. Should be,
And this is what we were talking about earlier on 11. U me'olam. See, here's your u. And, the u is and. Me is from. Olam is forever. The, here's the, which is and again. Odd. And also, or until, olam, forever. So this is and forever and until forever. But here's just forever and ever.
doesn't olam also mean universe or world?
Yes.
Oh,
Adon olam, exactly.
On 11, Rabbi, the second word, isn't it ve? Vea?
The
Vea?
odd, the odd.
Vea?
The odd.
When you have a silent vowel on a letter in front of a word, it's usually given its own syllable. The odd. And you won't see a dogish in there
Oh,
because it's a silent vowel. See the
Doesn't have the,
It's va.
odd.
the odd.
And this is a case where we have an u that's and.
So the rest of that sentence on L is ata, L.
L.
L. Don't say L. Make the distinction because it's God.
Oh, yeah, L.
Ume'olam va'ad olam, and from forever and until forever.
Or God.
But we just say for, see, we contract it forever and ever. All right, so
You said pronounce the L.
Ale.
ale
It's got
instead
the-
of L.
It's got the
Oh.
snake eyes under it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's-
The
ale.
reason,
A.
yeah, the reason you want to make sure you say ale, this is that case where it's God instead of two. El is two, ale is God. So you have to make that
And
distinction.
all is not.
And all is don't.
Don't. Ale,
Ale.
A.
like snake,
Mhm.
Snake eyes.
A.
Ale.
The two dots under is the A sound, right?
Bahagita, and I guess you will study bo, and that's it, or in it. See, it's bo is in it, or in her, or in him. Yomam, day, valayla, and night.
Ba.
Again, it's ancient Hebrew, so
Ba-
it's crazy.
Night.
Yep, day and night. Study it, steady in it, day and night.
Said Balayla.
Valayla, right?
Sounds-
Valayla. Yomam valayla. All right, so let's get to this nun here. All right, this is a example of a letter and a final letter. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Look at that for a minute. And you tell me how they go from this, from the regular nun that's at the beginning or middle of a word, to this, which is at the end. Be right back.
Give her some coffee.
So feet.
Nun Sophie. And
Coffee.
You guys got coffee?
I'll take some coffee right now. Break time, everybody.
Oh, so what is your kids'
Coffee,
doing?
coffee.
Ay, mi hermana, ella la conoce, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Y él es Paul. ¿A Paul ya lo conoces, verdad?
Sí.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Oh, Elias.
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 Elias. Are they all related?
No. Paul's, he comes on once in a while.
Who is he? Is he
Paul?
related to her?
No,
No?
those two are
married.
They're
together.
together married.
And then Paul's a friend.
Paul,
who
and
comes
what's her name?
well, her name's
Wendy.
Wendy,
Oh, Wendy.
and I think her Hebrew name is Sarah.
So, Wendy is related to the girl next to you.
Wendy
Oh, they're
is
sisters.
Jenny's
Sisters, yeah.
sister.
Oh, Jenny. Oh,
Jenny's sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
How do you say your name, your other name?
My,
No,
Geraldina.
Geraldina.
Yes.
Okay, Geraldina. I keep saying, everybody's saying Elisheva.
Tell me your name.
You know why everyone's saying Elisheva all the time? Because they can't remember how to say Geraldina.
And
But it's nice because
it's okay. My daughter's name was also Elisheva. Her middle name is Elisheva.
Is it? Oh, my goodness.
So we have a lot of Elishevas here.
Yeah, we do. Well, every time I say Elisheva, they think that it's the
It's
other.
the other
Elisheva.
Elisheva. I don't know, I think there are like 3 or 4 Elishevas in here.
Are there?
Yes.
No, I
that's
think
why
there's only
put
2,
this.
or plus your daughter.
I like
Tell me
that.
your name again.
Vandana.
They just got that too.
Vandana.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice, huh?
Like Bonnie. That's pretty, very unique. Does it mean anything?
It means prayer,
Prayer.
but not in Hebrew. It means prayer in Sanskrit.
That's good.
Vandana, yeah.
Mhm. They're singing in here, right? I thought that I heard them sing.
Yeah, the kids, maybe they're gonna put on a little show for us.
Very cool.
They're gonna put on a little, play of, the Megillah, I think.
The whole Megillah. Everybody leave?
Yep. They went through.
So you tell me, how do you go from one letter to the other? From the regular nun to the nun sofit or the nun at the end?
Cut off the bottom and make a line.
You don't have to cut it off. You just pull it down like this. You just pull it right down, and there you've got your nun, your final nun. And except for the mem, there's like 2 or 3 other letters that have final constructs.
Well, the cha is also, right?
The cha, well, that's one of them, yes. And the rest of the final letters are made exactly this way. The mem is the only exception.
The-
Yes. And by the way, I think I told you that mem, that final mem, there is one situation, one instance in the book of Isaiah
Starts the-
where it starts a word. Yeah, what's up? Come on in.
See that. Hey, hi,
I'd have to find it.
did you guys finish? Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, it's funny.
Okay. So now to me, there's different sounds. I mean, I can almost rationalize their different sounds. This is a n and this is an n.
Right.
So it's a little,
Well, and with an N,
Right.
No.
well, you end a letter or word with N, then you always say.
right. No. All right. So anybody see Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Oh, yeah.
Nee. Nee. See? Nee. There it is. Nee. We will say, we are the knights that say nee. Gaspar remembers that movie. Okay. So one. Na,
Nah.
na,
Nah.
nah, nay, knee, knee. Won't be able to say that without laughing again. Nee.
Me?
Okay.
No.
No. What? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this is knee, but what this yud does is expand it a little bit. So it's knee. Mhm. Okay. No, new, new. Remember the one night goes, no, it's knee. Okay, line 2.
No.
Na, tan. That's an interesting word because natan means to give, but it's also somebody's name, Natan, which is Nathan.
Natan.
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 Natan Lanu, who gave to us. Yeah, Lanu to us. Lee, Natan Lee gave to me. Natan Lo gave to him. Natan Lanu gave to us. Okay, no, tain,
Cain.
which is gives.
Cain.
I'm confused. I think I got it. Here?
I'm
So
Steve.
this one on the first,
That's getting old.
on
What?
one,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It said no,
No.
no,
No.
this is a longer O.
No.
no, it's the same no.
It's just a different way of
No.
writing.
Yes.
You can make
It's
it-
only the yud with the E and the A that expands it a little bit. And in they call it, all right, so the name of this vowel, the E, is a hirik. That's the name of the vowel. So in
Where's the hirik?
The E sound.
that's the name of the vowel.
Oh, okay.
The hirik is the E.
Oh, okay.
So you know that big green book that I have on the Bima with me on Saturdays that I take? It's called Tikkun. It's a Torah compendium. And they call this E with the Yud a Hirik Gadol, which is a big Hirik or a large, right? So in other words, it's just E, it's E.
Longer E.
But, I mean, you're not going to go around, speaking Hebrew saying, knee, ani, like me. The ani is the word for I. You just say ani. You wouldn't say ani, you just ani.
Honey.
Okay. But this no and this no is the same. It's the same. Yeah, it's just a different way of making the vowel, the same way this is new and this is new. Same way. Okay. So na tan, which is gave, no tain, which is gives. Okay. So bane is son, but it also means between. Now think of this. If we put a yud in there, bane, it's son. If we say bane without it, it means between.
Is Bane's son have a yud in there? Is that when you spell it?
I think so. No, actually it doesn't. I'm sorry. And I think maybe bane with the yud is between. But think of this. Isn't a son between two generations?
Yeah,
See, that's how they get these Hebrew words. So you have a grandfather, a father,
and between.
and a son, and the father is between the grandfather and the son. So he's a bane, right? He's a son. And that other son is bane between two others, right? So, okay. Na,
No.
which is a short way of saying please.
Oh, really?
Yep, na.
I didn't know.
Yeah, na.
Um.
Rachem na, right?
Amen.
Give us mercy, please. Yeah, amen, which is a way of acknowledging a prayer without saying it, that I take it upon myself. And I think this is from the word emet. True. Ah, na, which is asked. Adon, which is master. Adoni is my master. Adonai is our master. See that? That's how they get that. Number 3.
Me.
Me, Natan, who gave et, here's that et, HaTorah. Who gave the Torah? Not us. There's no us there. Who gave the Torah? Okay, so 4, Hamoreh, the teacher, Sha'al, asked,
Me.
or if you're from Long Island, asked, they say it that way. Me, who, Natan, gave, et, so we got a direct object coming, a specific thing, et HaTorah, who gave the Torah, livnei, to the children, Israel, of Israel. Reuven, which is Reuben, Anna, answered,
Oh.
Moshe, Moses, Rabbeinu, our teacher. Our teacher. Rav is rabbi or teacher, and Rabbeinu is our teacher. Right, new. Natan gave, et, specific, the Torah, HaTorah, livnei, to the children of Israel.
The lamed is for the two, right?
The lamed is
the
2.
Two, and then the.
B'nai.
Isn't it? B'nai too, is that the same? B'nai is.
That's a very good point. Okay, so the word son, or in this case, children, is bane with a b, right? But notice what happens to that bait when we put the lamed, li. You wouldn't say libane, livne. It's easier. It flows better. So it's one of those grammatical rules. Okay.
They just change it because it sounds good. It doesn't have.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about sounds. All right. So 8, Dayenu. Enough. Elu, Natan, Lanu, Natan, Lanu, et, HaTorah, right? Et, HaTorah, Natan, Lanu, Dayenu. That's where you go. So you're 6 weeks prepared to sing that song. There you go. Okay, so we learned some new words. Sha'al, Natan, which is gave, B'nai Yisrael, children of Israel, Reuven, and there's Bain. Anna is answered. Shimon, Reuben's younger brother, Moshe Rabbeinu.
Then we learn nah.
And nah, which is right, which is please. So let's break down, let's break down this name, Reuven. So when Leah was the quote unquote hated wife of, she wasn't really hated, but in comparison to Rachel, right? Mother always, remember the Smothers Brothers, mother always liked you best. Well, Jacob liked Rachel better than Leah, but she gave birth first, and she called her son Reuven, which is Ru'u, see, vein, a son. That's where the name comes from. See? See, a son, yeah. That's right, get up. No, give me more. Right? Remember Greece? Give me more. And she did. All right, so here's where we looked at. We're going to keep going, I guess. Usually we keep an hour, but if you guys are here and you're ready to go, let's go for it. So here they talk about the word Adonai, the Lord, the names of God. And we have lots of names. This is just a couple. So Adonai can be done this way with a hey, and this is an apostrophe. It's not a yud, it's an apostrophe. These two yuds, okay, that's an abbreviation kind of I don't know where they get this from. I really don't.
So I notice in the Siddur though, sometimes it's one and sometimes it's.
Yeah, yeah, depending on what Siddur you use.
Our Siddur.
Right.
But I'm trying to follow, I'm following along and it's like, or in not even the Siddur and the Chumash. So when you're reading from the Torah,
right,
sometimes it's got the.
Yep.
Now it's okay, there's Adonai I'm listening to, but then the other one comes up.
Right. Well, because it depends on the publication, it depends. The two yuds is really, I think, kind of a conservative construct. And again, if you're using the Art Scroll, they will use this, but they won't put vowels on it.
Okay.
But if you're reading from the book of Isaiah, or really it's Ezekiel, I think Jeremiah and Ezekiel do this too. They have this, they do it. If I've got an Ezekiel here, I can show you. But it's where the Yud Hey Vav Hey is pronounced Elohim, not Adonai. There are some cases like, yeah, it depends, but that's when they will put vowels on it to let you know them. Let me find out. Let me see if find a Haftarah. That's one of those guys, either Jeremiah or Ezekiel or somebody. Let's see. Where's Ezekiel?
There's a word story. When I was teaching I was teaching virtually.
Yeah.
I had a student whose name was Adonai. Right?
That's
It was
weird.
so weird.
That is weird.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, should I even call him by his name or what?
No, I've seen the truck driver, he had the name Adonai too as a middle name.
And this was a kid's name his parents gave him,
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah, in my country, a lot of kids are named Adonai.
Okay, well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know that they're named Jesus, which is,
Well, that's different.
all right here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Perfect. I got it. All right, let me show you this. See this right here?
Yes.
Adonai, and then you have the Yud Hey Vav Hey.
Oh, yeah.
But you got different vowels, so it's pronounced Adonai Elohim.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, because you don't, yeah, those,
Adonai.
Adonai,
So
that's what
weird.
it's pronounced Elohim.
but you can write Elohim, it's not, there's no.
There.
Well, it's just
Have
the
I
way-
met?
Because look at the vowels. on
Adonai
it.
Elohim,
See
yeah,
that?
but the vowels are
Eh?
different than the way the Yud Hey Vav Hey is.
Right.
Which book is it?
Oh, this is,
Oh, it's fine.
no, you'll find this anywhere, in any
Art
Chumash.
Scroll?
This is
Yeah,
Art
but
Scroll,
no.
but it's just, you will find this in any Chumash.
Yeah.
If you look at, I think if you look at, the Hertz, it's the same thing.
What verse was that?
Oh, that was just Ezekiel, from Ezekiel.
Oh, Ezekiel.
Yeah, one of the parts.
Wow, that's interesting. They write the letters and then they put.
But Rabbi, what you show right now was the Yud Hey Vav Hey after Adonai, right?
The Yud Hey Vav Hey, but
Wasn't Elohim.
No, but.
no, it was pronounced Elohim. It's pronounced Elohim because you have this word, right, Adonai, which is followed by this. But instead of these vowels, it has the same vowels as Elohim, as this. Yes.
It has these vowels,
Dispersa,
it has
right?
those vowels. Yeah,
Because
Elohim, that's.
Dispersia?
Interesting.
Diaspora.
Diaspora. So Ezekiel was in the diaspora. Now, when you're looking at his name, how is that reference to location and historical context of that particular prophet?
You just have to know it. It just is.
Okay, so there's not a reason like, like Daniel's in, for instance, Babylon.
Babylon,
and
Babylonia.
so you're
Yeah.
looking at that other, what's the other language? There's three.
Aramaic,
Aramaic, right? The Aramaic.
right.
So just that kind of context.
Yeah, it just depends on who the guys were and what they were doing.
Okay.
All right, so these are different ways of using the name God. Now, it says here, the name of God may only be used on a very important occasions such as prayer or study. Otherwise, the expression Hashem, Hashem, and these are the way, this is pronounced Hashem, and this is spelled out Hashem, the name. So why is God called Hashem, the name? Because in Hebrew, your name is not just who you are, it's what you are. So you have people who are not born Jewish, who become Jewish later on. They find a name and they always have a story about why they picked that name. You will hear that. Oh, she's been out of town, but Nicole, she's been out of town. She chose the name Emunah, which is truth. She liked that name. That's what she wanted to be called. So there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, the Hebrew name, right?
Yes.
So when you're calling him up like Daniel ben Judah.
Right. And that's the way, and that's the way people are named in Judaism. Your name and then who you're the son of. If you become Jewish after you're born, if you're not born Jewish, then it's always Abraham and Sarah.
Rabbi, what
Or your Jewish parents didn't have Jewish names,
Which is weird.
but that happened.
Rabbi, what is
That's what I have
Nicole's
to
name? She's my friend.
Who is Nicole?
Yeah, Nicole, the.
Emunah. Emunah. Yeah, I think she's in Illinois or something, doing something like that. Yeah, she comes back every now and then. Okay. All right. So this is the different names of God. You can take a look at these. And here's how we get the Yud He Vav He. Hu Haya, Hu Hoveh, Hu Yiyah. All right, let's do one more. Okay, anybody have any questions or any desire to look at some of these? And a lot of these are just,
That's from Amidah.
yeah. Enu v'Eloheinu Avotenu, Ha'el, Hagadol, Hagibor, V'Hanorah. El Elyon. God from, actually Elyon means from on high. God from on high.
What lesson is that?
What's that? Ma'on?
28.
Adonai Ma'on.
V'Shamru, V'nei,
Et
Et HaShabbat. This is from the Torah. La asot, see, observe. Et HaShabbat,
Shabbat
Ledorotam,
Dorot.
Barit Olam. Beni, Uvain, see, between me and the children, Uvain, B'nai Yisrael. Look at that. Between me and the children of Israel. They're all spelled the same. Beni, there's your Yud.
Beni.
Uvain,
Uvain.
B'nai Yisrael. Ot, which is sign, he is Leolam, forever. All right, so let's do this letter. This is a samech. It's a hard S. I've even seen it interpreted as an X. Yeah, it's a S.
Samuel. Circle.
Summit.
Yeah, I was applying for insurance a few years ago, and this woman showed up. Her name was Zosi, and she was spelled it with an X.
But that's common, it's kind of an Aztec thing.
It's an Aztec, yeah.
Sounds like
With
an
X.
I do, because I have,
Sounds like-
I know.
X. I looked at her, I said, I'm gonna have to relearn the alphabet.
Circle sounds like, in English, C is, C can be S.
Yeah, they lie to you, you know, when they teach you English. They tell you there's 26 letters.
Oh, there's some-
There's so many more. Okay, look at the A. What is it? Look at the word away or the word water or the word pear.
Yeah.
Is it an A, an or is it just silent? That's 4 letters.
No,
That's not 1 letter, that's 4. It is.
It's totally.
I know. Spanish, it's all the same except for the G. Sometimes it's a G, sometimes it's a H.
Yeah,
But I can deal with that. I can deal with that. That's easy.
it's not logic, English is not logical.
Oh, you want to see something that's really not logical? I used to do this with the kids. I put a word on the board. I think I've done this with some of you. GHOTI. What word is that? GHOTI. What word is that? No. No.
It could be.
H-O.
GHOTI. Maybe I should write it out.
GH could be, it could be like,
Well, you think of
goth,
O.
like GH, like goth,
No, GHO is like goat,
Goat.
right? So, but TI,
Yeah.
goatee,
yeah, but
but it's Odie.
Yeah.
You want to pass it around? Goaty, right? Wrong. You're all wrong. You're absolutely all wrong. GHOTI. What word is that?
Silent.
You're going to love it. No. It's the word fish. Fish. The GH as in tough, the O as in woman, and the TI as in action. Fish. Fish.
I don't know where you're going, but that's not fish.
GH as in tough, the O as in woman, and the TI as a right, Gaspar? He'll tell you.
it's pulling out the sounds from different.
Yeah.
music.
Put the volume up.
They're never
Gaspar,
put together
Gaspar,
like-
tell us something. He's saying something.
Yeah. I can't hear you.
Gaspar.
I'm muting them.
I can't hear you. Write it out. Chat it.
Write it,
Okay, Gaspar.
write it, Gaspar.
I wanna tell us something that we can hear.
Hopefully you can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear. Well, I can hear me, but
Like, this is fish.
that's fish. That's what it is. It's fish. All right, let's do this letter. Let's do the samach. Sa, se, say, see, see, so, su, and Sue. Okay. So you see the way it looks and the similarities to other letters.
Yeah.
All right. So
Mm.
t, s, and sa. Yeah, the problem is in some of the older texts, these letters look almost exactly alike, but you have the corner of this final mem cut off and it's a samach.
Mhm.
And of course, they're putting this because if you're Ashkenazi, then this is a sa.
That's right.
That's right. That's why. So, but they're all different. But see, in Hebrew, they're all different sounds. This is a sa. It's a very hard sa. And this taf is almost like a th, like a th. You will see in some older, like the Sansino publishing, like that does the Hertz Klumish, they will transliterate this as a th, both this and the other one with the dot in it, with the dagish. This is kind of more of a sa, sa. Say, so they're kind of a spectrum of sa.
Okay.
So, say ter, which is private or keeping secret. Sa, tar, so, ter. Okay, here's one you know, see, door, right? There, and the dalit has a dagish because it's you're accenting the right. See, door, say, der, seder, order, right? It's what we do on right. Sal, and I forget what that means. Salim. Okay. Right. Sus. Huh? Beseder. Yeah. Seder. Beseder. It means okay. Like everything's in order, but it's a colloquial. That's the name I was thinking of. Colloquialism. It's like it beseder. It's okay. How you doing? Yeah. Mashalamech. How is your peace? How are you doing? I said that. Pretty good. I'm okay. Okay, Seuss. Okay, that's not the guy that wrote all those children books. It means horse. A Seuss is a Seuss. Bidiyuk. Susim, which is sod. Yeah, I'm not sure what sod means. Sodot. So here's your feminine plural. Sodot. Sisu. Mas. That's a Spanish word for more. Misim. And Sav, which is grandfather.
Sav.
Sav. And Sabah. Grandfather and grandfather. Sidor, which is a sitter. See, Lee, Sidor, my sitter. Lee, Sidor, Gadol, my big sitter. Sidor, right. Okay. Gam, which is also La'aba. So also to father, so also dad has Sidor, Gadol, a big sitter.
The low in there for, what's that for?
Two. That's two. Also to Abba, right? So that's the way in Hebrew of denoting possession. So Li is to me or mine, like Shali is mine, right? La is to her. Lo is to him. Lecha, we're not the chaz yet, but
The Ava.
right. Okay, so 9. La Saba Sidor. The grandfather has a sitter.
Now.
Gam, also, La Savta, to grandma, Sidor, there is a sitter. Elohim, God, Ata, Seter, Li. You are my protection to me, colloquialism, you are my protection. Vahu, and he, Nisi, which is my banner, Umanos, and a refuge, Li, to me. 13. Le'olam, forever. Yehe, you should. Adam, man or humans should. Yireh, which is fear, but it's more like awe. Shamayim, which is heaven. Yeah, well, God, heaven, it's the same thing. 14. Beseter, in private. Uvagalui. 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 And also in public. Right? Sur Meirah. Escape from evil. Okay, so Li is to me, or it's the Hebrew way of saying I have. Saba is grandfather, Savta is grandmother, and Siddur is a prayer book.
All right.
Z.
Zion.
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 Za. Za. Ze. Now we may finish this whole course today. Ze, which is this. Hazeh. Ze, which is directly and this. Or that.
Isn't it Hazeh mean right now, this thing?
Yeah.
Lazman Hazeh, this right
Lazman
now.
Hazeh,
right here,
in
right
our
now.
time. Lazman, in the time of this time.
This right now,
So it's direct. Lazman Hazeh.
here right now.
Z. Z. Zo. Zot, which is feminine, this. And Zu. Okay. Zait, which is an aleph. So how much do you have to eat so that you have to say a prayer for over what you're eating? You have to eat kazayit. As ka is also as or like in front of a word, kazayit, as an aleph. So you have to eat the amount of food that is the same size as an olive. So that, not an olive letter, but an olive, zayit, so that it's that amount of food, so that before you have to say a prayer. So you have to eat a piece of bread. It's got to be the size of an olive so that you say a blessing. If it's just a little, so if you're making food and you take a little taste, not a big deal.
Say a blessing when it's about.
When it's that size, exactly. Okay, Zaz, Vav, see they look a little alike? This one's got a little hat. Ozer, Melech Ozer Moshe Magen, right?
Yeah.
Zerah,
Sarah,
Ezra,
Ezra.
which is somebody's name, but it also means help, right? Like right before the Amidah, Ezrat Avotenu, Atahum Ezrat, help of. See, Ezra is help, Ezrat Avotenu, the help of our Avotenu, of our fathers. Ma Zon. What do we do after eating? We chant the Berchat HaMazon, the blessing of having eaten, of food. Zariz, not sure what that, Vizeh, and this. Yeah. Here's a good word. Mezuzah.
Mezuzah.
Mezuzah. Mezuzah. Va'azi.
Azi.
And my help. Va'azi v'zimraya, right? Like we say in Hallel. Zan. Forget what that means. I think it means gun or something. Avaz. Zuz, which is an ancient coin.
Okay.
Passover, yeah, a zuz. Zuzim, right? Zayin. Trying to think what Zayin means. It's not Zion like Zion. It's Zion, it's Sion, but this is Zion. This is something else. I think it means like a piece. It's a tzaddik, which is
Sir. Right, that's
Zayin.
that's another one. All right.
Go pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going to finish up here in a couple of seconds. Okay. Hamore, Sha'al, and the teacher asks, Me, Zeh. Who is this?
Who's this?
Yossi,
Yossi.
which is somebody's name, Yossi.
Anna.
Anna asked, Zeh, this, More is a teacher. Or who is this? This is a teacher. Okay. All right. So we learned Zeh, which is this masculine, Zot, which is feminine, and Mezuzah. All right. I just want to touch on Me'ayin Yavo. That's Psalm 121. I saw Oh, and this is a case. See Harim, the hills.
Yeah.
He means the, but it's an because the word for hill is har.
Because you would say ha ha.
Ha ha, right, exactly. It's just one of those things. All right, so I just want to show you this letter, which is a bunch of letters. That's a K. It looks like a backwards C, so you can know it's a C. Okay? With a dagesh. Without the dagesh, in it's a Cha, as in chutzpah.
Chutzpah.
Yeah. And it's all, both of these letters have final constructs, the Cha, and the Ka really is more ancient. You don't really see Ka, final Ka these days, like Aromem, like in the Ashrei, Aromem Ka. Yes. Okay, we'll be right there. We're finishing up right now and we're done. This letter in modern Hebrew is the only, Bach. It's the only final letter that takes a vowel.
Like the ha-chas at the end of it.
Right, like lech,
Lecha.
which is go, and lecha, to you. Now, in ancient Hebrew, in the Torah, you will see this letter sometimes will have an ah. In modern Hebrew, they'll just use this and a hey after it. But sometimes in some prayers, you will see a ad there. Okay? All right, that's it. We are done for now. Thank you, everybody. You're welcome.
Rabbi?
Yes.
Can I get a print on a printout for lesson 28, 2831?